Show me the bracket. We are down to the Final Four in the college football playoff. Notre Dame, the last team in, against Penn State in the Orange Bowl in Miami on January 9th. Then Ohio State against Texas in the Cotton Bowl in Arlington on January 10th. Your Final Four teams all chasing one thing, the national championship set to be played on January 20th in Atlanta. Welcome back. Former Louisiana running back Emory Hunt and two-time Super Bowl champ Bryant McFadden. So Notre Dame against Penn State in the Orange Bowl. Emory, how do they stack up against each other?
Very well. And this is about O-line, D-line, point of attack play. And Penn State has that. Notre Dame has that. And when you look at the quarterbacks, they both trust their quarterbacks to make plays above the X's and O's. We've seen Riley Leonard do that with his legs and at times with his arm. We've seen a guy in Drew Allen do some things within the pocket, sometimes step up and make a play with his arm and also make a play with his leg if the opportunity is there. Man, this is such an evenly matched game. I think it will have to come down to how healthy are the key players for Notre Dame. We saw them get banged up against Georgia. How healthy is Penn State's Abdul Carter going into this ball game? But man, you're going to get also how healthy is Love for Notre Dame as well, the running back. So there's a lot of similarity between these two teams, but health in this matchup is going to be paramount.
Yeah, for me, I love this matchup as well. I think Penn State, when you look at their overall body of work, they're peaking at the right time. You look at how they ended the season and now throughout this playoff run, they're playing with an abundance of confidence. And Drew Allen is making the necessary plays. I love what they have at the running back position as well in terms of Singleton and Allen. And of course, Tyler Warren will be the best player on the football field anytime he steps on the field because he is him. So this is a great matchup of two outstanding blue blood programs with unbelievable tradition and prestige. And it's going to be one to remember, in my opinion, when you look at what both teams have done throughout the entire regular season. And now the same thing can be said for Notre Dame. I talked about Penn State kind of peaking at the right time. The same thing can be said for Notre Dame as well.
Notre Dame is a 1.5-point favorite against Penn State on a neutral field in Miami. And I want to remind our viewers that Emory right here said it didn't matter which quarterback that Georgia rolled out there after Carson Beck got injured. Gunnar Stockton, Matthew Stafford, Aaron Murray. He listed a bunch of guys. And then you had a lot of people in your comments, they were coming after you, and now you can sit up here and say, I told you. Well, because that's what I would say. I would say, I told you.
Well, here's, because I'm a professional.
Because BYU fans came for me when I said they weren't going to be good enough.
Because I'm a professional, guys, all I'm going to say is this is the job. So if I tell you it's Christmas, start wrapping presents. If I tell you it's Easter, start painting eggs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll put the work in. If you put the work in, what I say, I only have to say it once. And if you notice, I didn't go back and forth with the fans because I was like, let the thing play out. Let the game play out.
You're right.
And what happened? It played out.
You're right.
So we just do the job over here at the Columbia Broadcast Station. That's all we do.
Talk the talk, walk the walk.
Exactly.
Right?
It's a regular Wednesday.
B-Mac appreciates that. He appreciates that.
B-Mac know. B-Mac know ball just like I know ball, just like you know ball.
Yeah, we're ball knowers. B-Mac, what are we doing here? Ball knowing. Notre Dame, we laying the 1.5 because I'm laying the 1.5 on Notre Dame. I know you like Penn State, but I just like this Notre Dame team. I do.
I'll tell you this much. I think it's going to be one to remember, as I stated, but give me Penn State. Give me Penn State. And you talk about 1.5. I mean, for the bettors that are watching us, if you're basically trying to get a 1.5, you might as well just take the money line. Just sprinkle something on the money line. And the reason why I really love Penn State in this spot, the offense that Notre Dame saw tonight, they will not see in Miami. And what I mean when I say that, in terms of quarterback play, let's keep it real. We knew it was going to be difficult for Gunnar Stockton. We knew he was going to go through growing pains in this game, and we saw that happen. But when it comes to Penn State, they have an experienced play caller, a future first-round selection in the NFL, a legit NFL prospect who can make the necessary throws when need be, who can make routine plays happen routinely. That is the difference in terms of what Notre Dame saw tonight compared to what they will see next week. Not to mention Tyler Warren. When you look at who he is as a playmaker, an offensive weapon, Notre Dame didn't have to game plan for that type of player for UGA because they don't have that. They don't have that type of guy. Tyler Warren is one of one. He is the Travis Kelce of their offense. He can do so many things. So when you look at the offensive weaponry that they have, along with the running game, granted, I love Notre Dame's defense, but they have to really be sound, and they have to be they can't be one-dimensional, right? And then, of course, when it comes to Notre Dame's offense against Penn State's defense, you know, I talked about and praised Riley Leonard for being like the dirty player for their offense, getting the dirty yards. He's going to have to do more than that. He's going to have that play 60 arm warmed up, because he's going to have to make some plays in the passing game. He can't just run it around with that slow motion scramble game that was so effective against Georgia. He is going to have to make some plays happen in the passing game. And there lies the issue. Can he do it for 4 quarters? I'm not saying that he can't, but in terms of the NFL prospects that will be rushing him, putting pressure on him, that's a tall task. So, like I said, if you're trying to buy a 1.5 Hakeem, Emory, for our viewers, no, just take the money line.
Yeah, Emory, that's the big storyline.
You got more juice in the orange if you just take the money line.
There you go. I appreciate that, but he's absolutely right. I mean, that is right on point right there with that. If they can figure a way to take Notre Dame's passing game away, or they can shut down, I mean, right? I mean, that's the key in this game if Penn State were to win this game. If you can shut down their run game, and if Notre Dame's run game is banged up, as we know right now with Jeremiah Love, where are you getting offense from? Special teams? What's Riley Leonard going to give you passing? He can, but is that sort of your question mark about Notre Dame in this game?
Of course, but we saw Notre Dame win against Georgia without their run game. Their run game wasn't nothing against Georgia. It was defense and special teams. So if they can do that, if their run game isn't working against Penn State, they'll have a chance. But guys, you guys are missing bearing the lead. Here's the thing. You're 1 game away from the national championship, and a great American poet, Mobb Deep, said temperatures rising. And you're going down to Miami to play in this ball game against a team that's built just like you're built. I expect this one to be under 46.5 points. That is an easy play for me at this juncture of the matchup until we know who's healthy and who's going to be out there. Give me this under. This game will look a lot like the one we saw in the Superdome.
I'm excited for this game. This is going to be awesome. Penn State, Notre Dame, the Orange Bowl, a week from today in Miami with a spot in the national championship on the line. BMAC and Emory Hunt here on CBS Sports HQ. As for the favorite to win the national championship, it is The Ohio State University. Notre Dame, second shortest odds at plus 340. For Ohio State, 8 titles in school history. Their last was in 2014, the first year of the college football playoff when they beat Oregon, looking to win the Natty in the first year of the 12-team playoff.